Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm not sure if I am actually live here or bear with me for 1 second here. I have to mute everything else because I have my YouTube going over here and my Facebook so I can keep track of everything. But if you're seeing this and I am live, let me know. Ooh. Bear with me 1 second here. Oh, God, I apologize. This is my first time doing a multi-live, so bear with me 1 second. Okay, I got everything muted now. So now I won't hear an echo of myself. So for everyone's here, just shoot me a little hello or something so that I know that you're watching. I see that I have 2 people watching on Facebook. I have 1 person watching on YouTube. And my dumbass forgot to link this to my Facebook page for my Tom's World. So I'm going to have to do a watch party there. Just give me 1 second to put that up. Hopefully that intro wasn't too loud. Please feel free to comment while I'm doing this. You can ask me anything. You can comment on anything. Tell me if you like my videos, if you don't like my videos. Whatever you want to say. This is an open forum. Just don't be mean. But otherwise, you can say whatever you want. But give me 1 moment to make a watch party here. I just have to find my video on Facebook. There it is. I guess share in group. No, it's not a group, it's a page. Boy, such a noob I am. Anybody can say hi. Just say hi. I see I got 2 people watching on YouTube now. Just say hello. I'll see the comment. If you have a question, feel free to ask me any questions. My announcement will be coming momentarily as soon as I get everything set up here. You're seeing it. Thank you, Michael. And you're hearing me fine, obviously. I just have to figure out how to share. Oh, I see. Share to a page. I got it. Tom's World. Yes. Yes, yes. And post. Sorry, the privacy setting on this post means that you can't share it on Tom's World timeline. Well, doesn't that suck? Facebook sucks, man. I'm going to try it 1 more time. Share to a page. Public. Post. Oh, man. Okay, well, I'm guessing that my Tom's World Facebook page is going to have to wait to see this, unless somebody can figure out how to share it to my page and start a watch party. But otherwise, it's okay. Let's see. We got 2 people watching on YouTube. We have 3 people watching on Facebook. That's 5 people. Okay. I think that warrants enough people to make my announcement. Now, it may not seem as exciting to all of you as it is to me, but in my 4 latest videos, I've been going to Neshaminy State Park, and I have been in awe of this place. Now, as a kid, I went here to go to the pools. Yeah, there was pools, 3 of them at the time. Now there's only 1. And that's all I ever knew of the place. I had no idea of everything else that was there, the trails, the garden, everything. once I found the garden, I was again in awe. I mean, as soon as I walked into this place, I felt like for lack of a better term, a magic, like a fairy tale magic thing going on. So after being there a couple times, the want had stirred in me to try to help beautify this place, to make it look more like it did back when Robert Logan had owned it. Thank you, Michael. I see. Yep. Back when Robert and Sarah Logan had owned this place, and it was a beautiful garden. It was filled with statues, sundials, flowers, trees. It was awesome. I mean, I've seen some pictures of it, but not many yet. But that's another part of my news as well. But the first part of my announcement is that I actually got to go ahead. I've talked to the head ranger over at Neshaminy State Park, manager. Her name's Kate, and she's a super nice person. I love meeting her. It was great talking with her. And she has given me the go-ahead, now that I've registered as a volunteer for the park, to get together with the groundskeeper and try to re-beautify the garden, try to make it look more like it used to, which means digging up the paths that are still under the dirt and the grass, digging up the chessboard. The chessboard, oh my God, when I don't know how much you could tell in the video because it was a day after I found it. But the day I came across that chessboard, I took my girlfriend there. I wasn't making a video that day, and I was just showing her the garden. And I realized that I was standing on that chessboard that I was looking for so diligently. The excitement was just like beaming out of me. I mean, she's looking at me like, yeah, all right, whatever, dork. But man, it was, I can't even explain it to you. I'm like, oh my God, I found it. This thing is so awesome. Like, I want to dig the rest of it up. I want to level out all the bricks. I want to make it look the way it did in the one picture. I only saw one picture of it, but it was awesome looking. So I got to go ahead from Kate to team up with the groundskeeper, and we're going to dig out all the paths. We're going to dig out the chessboard. I'm going to do whatever I can to help re-level the bricks. And at some point, once we're ready, it may not happen this year, but at some point we are going to put tons of flowers in there. We're going to take down a couple trees, not all of them, because some of those trees that are in that garden were there originally. So I would like to keep them there if possible, but it's really going to be their call in the end. They said also that any plant life that we bring in, not only are we going to have to raise money for it because there's no money in their budget for it, but they have to be native to the area. So I'm sure a lot of the flowers that the Logans had put in there were not native to the area, and they didn't have to worry about that because it was their private property. However, putting anything in there now, because it's a state park, it has to be native to the area because they don't want to upset the ecosystem or something like that. I'm not going to pretend like I'm a big, horticultural type guy or anything like that. I mean, yeah, I used to work for a gardening company years ago, but I've lost a lot of the knowledge that I gained while I was there. It's been some time, but that's okay. The enthusiasm is still there, and we have the go-ahead. So that's the first part of my news, which is, to me, exciting beyond belief. The other part of my news is that I actually finally heard back from the Ben Salem Historical Society, and I've been having some back and forth between them, and they are going to give me all the information that they have on Neshaminy State Park and the Logans, as well as Cherovia. And they have tons of pictures. They have tons of literature. So I am going to be making a history video of it. Some of it's going to be live action as I'm walking through it. Some of it will be just pictures and my voiceover, things like that. But I'm excited to do that as well. So those are my two big pieces of news, my announcements. So I am curious to see what everybody thinks of this. So let me see your comments, which right now nobody has any. Oh, that's weird. I see now in my Facebook feed, because I have two different monitors going, I'm seeing all the comments over there, but they're not coming through in my StreamYard. Teddy, what the hell's going on here? I'm only seeing YouTube comments in my StreamYard. And now I'm seeing that people were commenting and the people that joined. So now let me say hi to everybody that joined that I didn't see. I see Sharon's here. Hi, Sharon. Thank you for sharing the feed. Brian Locke's here. Hi, Brian. Kathleen's here. Hi, Kathleen. The birthday girl, Marge Gaffney Mead, is here. Samantha Mead is here. Teddy is here. My beautiful cousin Dee is here. My Aunt Rose is here. I see Diana Lynn Hufford is here. So we have a lot of people from my friends list on here, and no doy, because I actually I actually put this stream up on my main Facebook page and not my Tom's World Facebook page. But you know, you live, you learn. What are you gonna do? So anyway, now I'm seeing all the comments on the Facebook, but for some reason on StreamYard, only YouTube comments are coming up, of which the only person to comment on YouTube was Michael Fuss, which I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So, what does everybody think of the news? I mean, is it cool? Is it like lame? Is it like whatever? Like, I mean, feedback, people, come on. I'm just waiting. I got 7 people watching on Facebook. I have 1 person watching on YouTube. So that's either the guy that commented, Michael, or that might be Maureen, although I got a feeling Maureen would more so be watching on Facebook. So my viewer count's dropping here. Come on now. I got 6 people on Facebook. What does everybody think about the news, about the cleaning up of and beautifying of the garden, the whole history thing that I get to do? Awesome. Rocket. Cheers to that. So while I'm waiting for everybody else to comment, upcoming things I would like to do. Thank you, Teddy. One of the things I would like to do, since it's now getting hotter out, and I have a thing about ticks, and while you're in the woods, you can't help but get ticks. Bob, you missed the announcement. What is wrong? You were too busy watching Kenny's feed, weren't you? I know. I get it. I know. All right, Bob, I will repeat the announcements just for you. So part of the announcement you already knew. I got the go-ahead from the head ranger to re-beautify the garden to make it look more like it did back in the 40s, 50s. The other part of my news was that I'm finally hearing back from the Bensalem Historical Society, and I'm going to be getting tons of information about Neshaminy State Park, about Sorobia, about the Logans. The Bensalem Historical Society, their original building was actually on the grounds of Neshaminy State Park. It was their old garage. Yes, you knew. You're guilty. Oh, yeah, you're right, Dee. Selma Mansion is a must, and I will be getting there. I may even be getting there before, if you know, everybody there will allow it. Maybe I'll get there before your September event, and maybe just do like a personal walkthrough or something. But see, I'm getting so sidetracked because I keep looking at the comments. But anyway, so I heard back from the Bensalem Historical Society. They got all that stuff. They're gonna let me have copies of a lot of it. I'm gonna take pictures of the images that they have, and I'm going to do a whole history video of it. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take or how long it's gonna be to put it together and do all the editing and everything. It's gonna be a lot, so it might take a while. But a history video will be coming up about that, so that's cool. But getting back to what I would like to do. Anytime, awesome. I'm going to take you up on that, Dee. I really will. Now that my time is not as pressed as it used to be, I would definitely like to come up there and get familiar with the place. But I'm also going to try to get there for the events you're having in September, because while I've already met Kenny, love to hang out with Kenny and Don again. They're awesome people. I would love to finally meet Taryn and everybody, like everybody that's coming. I would love to finally meet everybody that I've gotten to know online. because everybody is awesome. Plus, getting to see my cousin, I mean, that's awesome. But other things I would like to do, though, since it's getting hotter out, and I'm going to try to limit my exposure to the woods because there's only so much deep woods off a person can put on themselves. I would like to try to get downtown, get some historical downtown Philly footage, maybe. I mean, I know it's been done to death online on YouTube and stuff like that, but you know, it'll be my own twist of things. Also, there are many filming locations down there, and I would love to do filming location videos. So I don't know. Let me know what you all think of that. Like, if you think that's a cool idea. I know there's a lot of people on YouTube that do filming locations, but there haven't been too many filming locations videos done in Philadelphia outside of, you know, stuff from the Rocky movie, you know, the art museum steps, the house that Rocky lived in. I don't know. It's just been, those have been done to death. But there's other things like the Sixth Sense. They have filming locations downtown. I would love to get to them. Steve's here. What's up, Steve? What else? What else? There's tons of movies that were filmed down there. I'm just blanking on them right now, and I've looked up a lot of them. I just have to plan out a route and make all the videos for them in one day, and then just separate them out and edit them and everything. But I think that would be a cool idea. It's something I've wanted to do actually since before I started making videos. The very first YouTuber that I subscribed to was a man called Adam the Woo. That was the name of his channel. He has since switched over to his secondary channel called the Daily Woo, like WOO. But in his original videos, he was going to filming locations a lot. And that intrigued me, and I liked his videos. So he was my first subscription, my only subscription for like well over a year. And he just inspired me in that way. Well, gee, imagine that, Bob. Philadelphia, the movie was taped in Philadelphia. Yeah, so that is another one that I was forgetting, an obvious one. But Adam the Woo, he not only did filming locations, but he would also do like little towns, little out of the way towns that like time seemed to forget, like they're just stuck in the early 1900s. And you can even see the old painted on logos for, you know, Coca-Cola and stuff like that. And I love those videos. And since then, since he's motivated to a secondary channel, he has done cross-country adventures like that, where he has gone from California, he's gone from California to Florida and stopped in every little town that's like tucked away that nobody would even know is there. And I get mesmerized by those videos, like just him going around the different towns and looking at things that are just like old and they're still being well maintained and everything. So I would like to do that someday when I have the time and the money to do so. But until then, I just have to stick locally, or semi-locally at least. But so far, the furthest that I have gotten with making my videos was, where the hell was that? In New Jersey, where I was with Kenny and Donna, K&D Adventures, and we went to go see the USS Ling. Why am I blanking on the name of that? Does anybody remember? Oh wait, Dawn of the Dead was filmed here? I'm going to have to look into that one. Rob S. says, hey, Tom, thanks for the directions to the garden. We had a good time looking at it. I'm glad you did. That place is awesome. I'm not sure if you joined in time to hear my announcement about the garden, though. If you did, let me know, and I won't repeat it. But if you haven't heard it, then everybody else is just going to have to listen to me repeat it. So that's Rob S. on YouTube. Hackensack. Yes, Hackensack. How can I forget that? That's where we were. Where we saw the USS Ling, and then on the way back, we stopped at the park where the War of the Worlds supposedly took place in the story where the first spaceship landed in this park, and we went there and we had a good time. My video was meh, it was not so good. K&D Adventures video was awesome. I don't know, it was just a fun time. But you know, both times that I've hung out with Kenny and Donna, it's been fun. They're awesome people. Let's see here. D says The Blob. The Blob was filmed. I know that was filmed in Pennsylvania, but I'm not sure exactly where. I know it wasn't filmed because the theater is still there. Van Ness Park. Yes. Thank you, Bob. Bob is my guy in the chair. No, it's Spider-Man. He's my guy in the chair. Let's see. Sharon says we have original props from The Blob. See, we may, yeah, Van Ness. That's all right. I said it the right way. I didn't say it the way you spelled it, but I knew what you meant. I got you. I got it. It all came back to me in that second. Phoenixville. That's where The Blob was. Yes, yes. So, you know, someday we may have to make a trip out to Sharon's Way and check out the original movie props that she has from The Blob. That's another type of video I wouldn't mind doing, like going out and looking at original movie props. I mean, I know The Blob was filmed in Valley Forge. That's not far at all. I know that getting to look at movie props, and I got you, Rob. I see that you didn't see it, so I'll let you know in a second. Looking at movie props and doing filming locations kind of gets away from the feel of my channel, but I would like to include that too. I mean, I at one point was pondering on whether or not I should actually start doing interviews, which obviously you can tell right now, like I kind of seem comfortable in front of the camera, but there's kind of like a slight nervousness and everything. I'd get over that eventually, but I did think about doing interviews at one point, and I even had a couple people that said that they would do it. A couple of YouTubers that I watch, and I reached out to them and they said they would do it, but I never got it going yet because, I mean, I don't want to do it with this background. I'd rather have, like, you know, your typical interviewing thing, like, or at least at the very least, get a green screen or something behind me and make it look like I'm sitting somewhere important instead of just in a bedroom with a sheet over the windows. But let's see here. Rob, the announcement that I made about the garden was that I have been talking to the head ranger, the manager over at Neshaminy State Park, and she gave me the go-ahead to team up with the groundskeeper, and we're going to continue to dig out the brick paths that are still under the dirt and the grass, the chessboard, how most of it, at this point, most of it is under dirt and grass and everything. We're going to gingerly dig them out, and a lot of the bricks are kind of off-center or unlevel or whatever. If the groundskeeper doesn't want to do it, I'll fully take it on myself and I'll re-level out the dirt so that, excuse me, allergies. But I will do it myself if I have to, but I want to make everything look level. I want to make everything look awesome again. So that's the one announcement. The other announcement was that the Ben Salem Historical Society has finally reached out to me after I emailed them, and they are also going to give me a ton of information and images to do with the entire Neshaminy State Park, the Logans that own the place before it became a park, and I'm going to do like a whole history video on that at some point. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. It may take a while, but it's going to come out eventually. So those are my two announcements, and I think they're very cool. So Sharon says the Blob was recorded in Phoenixville, Downingtown, Royersford, and Chester Springs. Well, I'll just have to make it out to all of them, and in the course of doing so, stop by your house and or wherever it is that you have the props, and then we can actually meet in person finally, and we can look at your props, and I can make a video out of it. That would be awesome. So currently, 6 people watching on Facebook, 4 people watching on YouTube. Hello to everybody. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you so much. I miss you, Dawn. We really got to work on hanging out. Me, you, your hubby, Maureen, all of us. We all got to hang out. You're in Limerick. That's okay. Still in the same state, right? I'll make it there somehow. I'll just have to take an entire day and drive around, or entire 2 days or something, like whatever I got to do. So Rob on YouTube, you heard the announcement. What do you think? Especially about the garden, since you were curious about the garden. I couldn't help but notice in the last week or so, when I went back there, somebody had written in chalk on various flat stones and on walls arrows that were leading from the entrance to where the chessboard is. So somebody must have been watching my video and did that so that either other people knew how to get there or where it was, or maybe one of their friends, and they did say, yeah, I just left arrows so you can see where it was. But I thought that was kind of cool, especially that it was only in chalk, because it will eventually wash off, so that's good. Hello, Chanel. Welcome. Rob S., you still here? Nine people on Facebook. Again, I apologize to everybody for sticking this on my main Facebook page instead of my Tom's World page on Facebook. But hey, what are you gonna do? You live, you learn, you make mistakes. It's a way of life. Wow, I've already been going for 27 minutes. That's crazy. I was amazed that I don't know who all was here in the very beginning. I actually played the intro from my YouTube videos right when I started this video, and I was amazed that like I somehow got it off so easily. But I was told that it sounded good. So on my headphones, it sounded loud as hell because the volume was turned way up on this computer. Let's see. I'm missing comments here on that. Yes, Teddy, congratulations on finding your wallet. And now that's going to be in the video forever. Forever on my Facebook, forever on my YouTube, that Teddy found his wallet. Let's see, Bob says, once my knee heals up, I have to get out to the park and find it. You won't have to find it, man. Just let me know when you're going to go there. I will meet you. I will take you to exactly where that is, and I can even show you where the caves are as well. I mean, not that we can get into them yet. Maybe someday. But at least you can see. I mean, it's kind of cool just to see, what's going on down there. And my cousin D says, so, Tom, what is some of the places your next adventure besides Selma? Well, that's been a problem. I'm having a tough time coming up with places because I don't want to just go to a wooded area. A lot of people say, hey, go to Pennypack Park, but Pennypack Park, there's not really much to see there. I mean, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, and I love being there. But there's not really much worth taking a video of. I mean, in all of my videos, you can see trees, leaves, grass, bodies of water. What else other than that does Pennypack have to offer? So I'm having a hard time coming up with places because I want it to be somewhere interesting, somewhere that has a history at the very least. Would love for it to have some kind of ruins of some kind, or an old building or something like that. Something I can do a little research on, and have something to talk about in the video instead of just going, oh, look, there's a building. Like I don't, that's not me. Oh, Rob saw the arrows too. See, so it wasn't just in my mind. Let's see, what do we got here? The Facebook. Bob says he'll take me up on that offer. Most definitely, Bob. I will show you around in there. I'm getting into that place better and better every time I go. Sharon says Cannon Hill in Boyertown, PA. I've never heard of it, but I can definitely look into it. Teddy says, Tom, going to come to New York and do Letchworth State Park at some point. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Michaeline, hello, says Old Montgomery Cemetery in Riverside. In the back. Cool. I'll definitely have to check that out. Hello, Carrie. Montgomery Cemetery or Laurel Hill. I've thought about Laurel Hill. I definitely have. There's a couple cemeteries I actually wouldn't mind checking out. Older cemeteries. Awesome. Thank you, Sharon. And hey, Jeff, hope you're doing well. Let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, there's a few cemeteries I wouldn't mind going and seeing. There's some old cemeteries around here. I could even do a video down near the Bridge Street Terminal for SEPTA. There's a crossroad there that's actually in the Guinness Book of World Records. I don't know how exciting it would be, really, but it's the only intersection in the United States. It might be in the world, I don't know, but the only intersection in the United States that all four corners have a different cemetery. So each cemetery is catty corner from the other one, and they're four different cemeteries. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. Like, oh, man, I didn't know that, but not like, oh, yeah, I want to see that kind of cool. So, I don't know. Yes, Sharon, definitely. Send me pics. Let me see what you got. I definitely don't discourage anybody giving me little bits of information of places to check out, because I'm forever looking for places online. I mean, most of my time online lately has been spent just vegging out, watching YouTube, watching a lot of stupid stuff on YouTube. But on occasion lately, and more so a couple of weeks ago, I was intensely looking for just places around to go check out. There are a couple places that I have wanted to check out in the past, but when I go by them, they're wooded areas too. When I go by them, they seem a lot thicker right now than they do, say, in the fall or the winter. So I might wait for them. And I still haven't found that main entrance to the cave at Neshaminy State Park. I'm still looking for it every time I go there. I'm always like checking, like there's a little hill that's like way off in the wooded area or something. I make sure I got my deep woods off on. I just trek through it and I check. I'm looking for those archway of bricks, but I can never find it. What else was I going to say? Oh, but I'll probably go back there in the wintertime, definitely. Well, I'll definitely be going there all year round, I think. Because you could just walk on the paths in there and not see the same thing twice in walking around for like 2.5, 3 hours or so, depending on how fast you walk. I mean, a lot of it looks the same, but it's, I don't know, I think it's peaceful there, you know, listening to the different birds. There's woodpeckers there. There's all ospreys, however you say that. I've seen hawks there. There's groundhogs all over the place, rabbits. I mean, all kinds of wildlife. So it's really cool to just walk around and you have nothing else better to do. But I'm definitely going to be looking more intensely in the winter for that cave. If I don't find it before the winter gets here, the winter is going to be my time, because everything starts to go into hibernation and die and stuff like that, and I don't have to worry about ticks as much. So, let's see, check with satellite views for the cave entrance. I cannot, Sharon, because the cave entrance was actually, all the cave entrances were filled in with dirt. So even though I know where the ones are that I found, which I've been very careful not to give away the exact location in my videos, because I don't want anybody going there and hurting themselves or ruining it. But even though I know where they are, and I look on the satellite view, even when I use Google Earth, which you can get a little bit more detailed with than just Google Maps, you can't even see those openings from there. So the main entrance that has the brick archway that I'm looking for, it actually was, there was only like this much of it exposed, and it's just like the top couple bricks that you can see. Excuse me, that you can see, but I just want to see it for myself. Like, it was just something I saw in the pictures, and that very center brick at the top had something written on it. And from the picture I saw, I couldn't really see it too well, it said, in honor of the something, had a bunch of words, and then it said, of the free bird or something like that. And I want to know what the rest of it says, but just to see it myself would be a good thing. All right, let's see here. I missed a couple. Bob says, it's a shame that we can't get to Treasure Island, an old Boy Scout camp on the Delaware, a little beyond Washington's Crossing. You literally have to take a boat to get to the island. Well, we just get a couple canoes or something, or a couple of, not canoes, kayaks. We'll just get a couple kayaks and we'll go over to it. No biggie. Just got to buy them. That's all. Sharon says I can drop by anytime. Awesome. Thank you, Sharon. This is going to make for a weird YouTube video because I've never had a YouTube video where it was just me sitting in front of the camera the whole time. Like, you only ever see me in the beginning and the end. And on one occasion, I turned the camera around on me for a second. But and they're not going to see any of these comments. I mean, if the comments were coming up in my StreamYard, which is a program that I'm using to cast to both YouTube and Facebook, I would be able to click on them, like say how I click on Rob's comment here, and it comes up on the screen. I'd be able to click on them, and they come up on the screen, and people would see them. But for some reason, it's just not. It's not coming up on my face, like the Facebook comments, and I don't know why. Something I'm going to have to work on. And there's only 2 people I know that can help me with that. That would be Teddy and Kenny. So I'm not going to bother them too much because I was already bugging Teddy earlier about how to do this. So next time I talk to him, maybe we'll figure it out. But anyway, so I still have 6 people on Facebook and 3 people on YouTube. So what overall? Yes, Facebook is weird that way, Sharon. Most definitely. So overall, of the people watching and the people who have been watching my videos, and I'm not looking for like pats on the back. I'm looking for honest criticism. Am I doing a decent job? Now, I mean, I know that I have, what is it, on YouTube, I just got another subscriber today. So I have 165 subscribers. And no, I'm not rubbing it in, Teddy. But I've gotten a lot of positive feedback too, which really makes me happy. I appreciate each and every comment that I get. But overall, if anybody has any suggestions on things that might make my videos better, or things they would like to see more or less of, always feel free to reach out to me. You can make a comment here, or you could just, thank you, Sharon. You're awesome. Sharon thinks I'm doing great. But you can always reach out to me. Let me know any critiques, or if you ever have any questions, or you just want to know how to get to one of the places that I've been, or something like that. I actually had my first message from a subscriber on Instagram asking me how to get to the abandoned prison that I visited. I visited it on my own, and I also visited it with K&D Adventures, but I didn't make a video for myself for that. It was just their video that I happened to be on. So they've been in one of my videos. I've been in 2 of theirs. Thank you, D. I love you. You are awesome. So you can see one of the lights outside, like right here, through the sheet. Michael Fuss, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, says, love the gardens in Neshaminy. Still need to make it to the caves. The caves are kind of cool. I mean, I'm sure you saw in my one video when I stuck the phone down there. and those what are they called? Cave crickets or camel crickets were like all over the dome of that ceiling. I didn't know because I didn't watch the footage until I got home, and I literally jumped back when that part of the video came out. Jesus, what the hell? And I'm surprised that they didn't jump at the phone, because I know those things, for whatever reason, one of their defense mechanisms is to jump at what they're afraid of or what startles them. But they all just calmly sat there. You saw their little antennas going. I don't know. But if I went down there, they'd all be jumping at me. So that's kind of a deterrent on wanting to go down there and check out the caves. It would have to be in the winter. Maybe they're not out in the real cold, because if it's cold down there now, like if you actually put your hand down there, it feels like it's overly air conditioned down there right now, even with the heat the way it is. But I can imagine in the winter it's even colder. But even still, if somehow I was able to make it down there, I would have to be wearing gear like from head to toe and goggles and everything, so that like no skin is exposed. Because I don't know if those things bite or what they. I don't know anything about them. I don't want to know anything about them. They're nasty looking creatures. They look like mutated crickets or something. Like, I don't know. Like little shrimps with cricket legs. That's right. I need a hazmat suit. Then I'll go down there, because I would like to see down there. I mean, it was said that when they covered them over, there was still a bunch of furniture down there. So you figure the furniture was from, at the very latest, the early 50s. More than likely, probably like 30s. So, I mean, it'd be cool to see. I mean, nothing big, nothing. It's not going to be worth anything, because they've been sitting down there and they've had all kinds of critters running all over them. The groundhogs pretty much made their house out of the 15 rooms that are underground. But I don't think they would attack. I don't think groundhogs really attack. Maybe if you got cornered or something, I don't know. But I saw a couple groundhogs when I was there in the last week, the few times that I went. There was one yesterday when I was there, just chilling right in the middle of the garden. And I didn't even realize he was right there. I was just walking around. I thought about making a video, but I didn't really have anything new to show anybody, so I didn't. But I was just taking footage and looking around and talking, and then I happened to notice he was only like 4 or 5 feet from me. And his hair, I don't know what the hell. He looked like he was having a really bad hair day. It was like sticking out every which way. And he was like digging at something in the ground. And then he just looked up at me like, and then went back to his digging. I'm like, all right, dude, do what you're doing. I'm not bothering you. I'm not going to. It's always cool to see critters like that. I mean, living in far northeast Philly, I don't see too many groundhogs around. Even when I go in the woods, I don't see too many critters around. I know that there are opossums around here, and I see them a lot. But other than that, it's just like I see cats. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. That and birds. And I see that Dawn has tagged me in a post about the abandoned Yellow Dog Village near Katanning, Pennsylvania. Yes, I have looked at that. It's kind of far away, because I think Katanning, that's over near Pittsburgh. So you're looking at least 5-6 hour drive. So it makes it a little tough to get to, but it is something that's on my radar, most definitely. I mean, I had thought about Centralia as well, but like that, not only has that been overdone in pictures and videos, but they just this year covered up Graffiti Highway, which is one of the main attractions. I've also thought about the abandoned portion of the Turnpike with the tunnels that you can go into, but that would probably be more so in the fall. I wouldn't want to go there in the heat. I saw that Kenny and Donna had made a video a long time ago, and then they just recently posted it on their page in the last couple of months, where they went there, and it was hot as hell, and they just said that it wasn't fun with the heat. They were miserable and everything, but A 7-hour drive? A 7-hour drive for Catani? It must be up further north from Pittsburgh then. Because I know I can get from here to Pittsburgh in about 6 hours at most. I've made the drive quite a few times in the past. But then that must mean it's like up closer to like Erie, Pennsylvania or something, or up going up that way. Because Erie I can get to in about 8.5, 9 hours with only a couple stops. Sharon said she saw a murder hornet on Friday. Are you sure it was a murder hornet or just a regular hornet? I mean, how do you know? Did you pick it up? Did you inspect it? Did you ask it? Hey, are you a murder hornet? Oh, wow, 46 minutes I've been going. It doesn't even seem that long. I feel like I've been on here like 10 minutes. This is like the longest I've been alone on a live feed ever. I've done live feeds before, but I bring other people into them. I mean, I could still do that right now if anybody really wanted to join and just say hi or wants to ask a question or whatever live, that we can totally do that. If not, that's okay too. She said it was huge. Regular hornets can get rather big though. I don't think any of those murder hornets have been seen by anybody really. I know in lieu of what Bob said that he saw something that he thought was a murder hornet as well, and he had an exterminator come check it out, and he was told that it was something else. Hey Jessica, I see you join. I mean, sometimes what are they called? Cicada killers. They can get rather large as well, and they kind of look like hornets, but they're not. They just kill cicadas, really, and other bugs too. I've actually watched cicada killers go after. Last year we had a bunch of yellow jackets living, or wasps or something, living in the front of our house in the siding. They didn't get inside the house, so, but they got chased away by cicada killers because they were coming up. It looked like they were coming up out of the front lawn, and they would just chase after them one after another, and they eventually chased them off. Just kind of catching up. May have been a bald-faced one. It could have been. Yours was cicada killers. Yeah, they tend to look like hornets. They really do. And I always thought that I had seen hornets around there, and as I got older, I realized it was a cicada killer. I remember there was a weeping willow tree in the yard next to our house when I was a kid, and the cicadas, when they would come around, you would hear them in there, or the locusts or whatever. You would hear them in there. And one day I saw a cicada killer fighting with one of them. It was having a hell of a time. It must have been a little cicada killer and a big locust or something. But man, it was like an epic fight that went on for like a half hour. And I just sat there watching them. Like, geez, I'm not getting near that thing. I was allergic to bee stings and stuff at the time, so I had no want to get near a hornet. It looked just like a murder hornet. I don't know. It just, hey, Uncle Huey. It just seems to me that they brought up murder hornets on the news, and then all of a sudden, it was a big thing, like murder hornets, and then all of a sudden it went away, and then, then the COVID came around and everything, and it just fell to the wayside. But I see that my Uncle Huey has just joined, and he probably did not get to hear the news. So the news that I have is that yesterday I talked to the head ranger, the manager over at Neshaminy State Park, and she gave me the definite go-ahead to work with the groundskeeper to re-beautify the garden at Neshaminy State Park. So I'm super psyched about that. And I've heard back from the Ben Salem Historical Society, and they are definitely going to help me out in making a history video about Neshaminy State Park. So they're going to give me all the info that they have. They're going to let me take pictures of every picture they have. Because if I just leave it up to them, they'll give me a photocopy of the picture, and I'd rather not have that because it's not going to help me with my video. I'd rather just use my phone and take an actual picture of their picture, and it'll come out better. Oh, yours was a bald-faced hornet. Okay. The bald-faced hornets can squirt a poison in your eye and blind you. That's awesome. It's just another reason for me to not be anywhere near them. I hate anything that stings, and I hate anything that sucks blood. And yet they all love me. Go figure. So I've officially run out of things to talk about. If anybody wants to bring anything up, would like to talk about anything, or would like to ask any questions about any of the places that I've been in my videos, or give me suggestions of places to go to that are interesting or historical, definitely feel free. Gabby just joined. Hey, Gabby. Stumbled on my words there. Gabby just joined. Doined? Sounds like a cartoon word. Very close to zoinks. I have fireworks going off behind me. So, any questions, any comments, anything? Oh, you know the answer to that. My cousin D asked, what was my favorite place so far? By far, Neshaminy State Park. I mean, it was such a surprise to me. As I said, when I was a kid, all I ever knew of the place was the 3 pools they had. They have a regular in-ground pool that you'll see in a public pool type place. They had a little kiddie pool, which even as a kid, I wanted no parts of because it always had a yellow tint to it. So I was like, yeah, no. And then they had a high dive pool. Now all they have is the regular pool. Where the kiddie pool was, now they have like little sprinkler type things, like big pipes that go up and shoot water out and stuff like that. And where the high dive was, they've now cemented that over, and there's like picnic tables and stuff. But they did put in a cool little water slide that kind of corkscrews down. There's one on either side, and they just. And I had no idea about what was in the woods beyond. I knew that the river was down there somewhere. I remember them mentioning that, but other than that, when people, even my one friend Trish, her friend usually walk the trails and everything. She had mentioned when I first started doing videos that I should go there because it's really cool. And I went, yeah, well, woods, trails, river, big deal. I already made a video about the river and it tanked. Nobody really watched it. It was the first video I made, the first 2 videos I made. So I didn't think much of it until I came to an impasse at one point. I thought, I got to go somewhere, so let me go check it out. And the day or 2 before I went there, I was talking to some people about it, and somebody had mentioned, yeah, you got to check out the garden. I said, garden? What garden? And that just inspired me from there. And then when I went there the first day, obviously in that video, I walked around for 2 or 3 hours, never found it. Got totally discouraged and just ended my video and I left. When I got home and I posted the video, somebody told me where it was, and it's literally like right next to the parking lot. So I couldn't even tell you what length it is, but from where I was parked, I could have walked for about 2.5 minutes and I'd have been in the garden. I felt so stupid. So I went back and I made a video on that and I found that. And I didn't know much about the history. I knew a little bit, but the more I've done videos, the deeper I've delved into the history. I even bought an ebook That's some guy, his name escapes me off the top of my head. It was called Sorobia, Sanctuary for Human Beings, Birds, and Other Animals. I believe that's all those words are in there. I'm pretty sure I have them in the right order. And he did an all-out history of the place. There was details he missed, but for the most part, you get the whole history. And I read through that entire book in two sittings, which is not like me. I'm not a book reader. I never, like, I was when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I'm not. Like, I'll read things on a computer. And granted, yeah, this was an ebook and I was reading on the computer, but I got through the whole thing and I couldn't get enough. In fact, the first night that I started reading it, I had to force myself to stop when I realized it was getting closer to 1 o'clock. I'm like, no, I got to stop and just let my brain calm down and absorb what I read, and I'll finish it later. But I learned more about it there. And the more I learn about this place, the more I want to know. And this has been the first place that I've been this passionate about. This has been the first thing that I've been this passionate about in a long time. So I really can't wait to restore the garden, or at least partially restore the garden. Anyway. So that's a long-winded answer to your question of what was my favorite place. I mean, I did like the prison the prison farm as well. That place was pretty cool. I never knew that was back there at all, but I'm not from that exact area, and I did hang out in that area, but usually at people's houses, so I didn't really know much about the woods back there. I think the old bridge that I did the video for in Benjamin Rush State Park, that was pretty cool. And incidentally, the rangers that take care of Benjamin Rush State Park are the same ones that take care of Neshaminy State Park. So I may be helping out there eventually as well too. Of course I show passion, man. I can be passionate about things sometimes. It's so weird that I have this going. Hey, Fred, what's going on? It's so weird that I have this going on two different screens right now, and the two different screens have like way different quality. So on this screen that the camera's on, it's an extremely low quality monitor. And then on the other one over here, it's a high quality monitor. So on this one, my image is like kind of squished, so I look like I'm heavier than I am. And then when I look over on this one, I look like I'm taller and thinner. And the image looks a lot better too. But not much, Fred. How you been, man? Haven't heard from you in a bit. Oh, why am I in trouble, D? He says I'm in trouble now. Oh, I see. I see. What's up, Kenny? So, Kenny, you missed my announcement, man. And I'm also going to require your help and Ted's help at some point to figure out why on StreamYard I'm only seeing the comments from YouTube and not from Facebook. Obi-Wan time. So do you want to hear my announcement, Kenny? I mean, I've already said it a few times, but I can repeat it just for you. Bring you on? I can bring you on. That is not a problem, man. Let me grab the link. And send it to you. So I'm going to have a guest on. Kenny Biddle will be on, and he's already done his own cast for Three Tortured Souls, so he's probably good and rummed up. That's all right there. That's all right. There you go, my friend. You have it now. And now I wait. I wait to see Kenny pop up in the backstage here, and then I decide whether or not I really want to bring him in. I see him back there. He's just looking like, dude, you better bring me the hell on. What the hell, man? Look, there he is.
What's up, bitch?
What's going on?
Oh, my God. You are right. I am rummed up.
I knew it.
This is my third podcast for the night.
That's right. I saw part of the first one you were on.
Oh.
And I saw you drinking out of that cup.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and I'm like, wait a minute. What the hell's going on here? He's not drinking out of a Wawa iced tea thing? What's going on? Trying to be classy.
It's the poor man's cup.
Trying to be classy now, you know. No jugs for me,
you know.
I drink out of cups now. I'm civilized.
Whatever, bitch. What happens when you can't stop at Wawa during the day?
Right? You have to improvise.
Yeah, you have to do what you got to do. What you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
You can't do anything else.
So, what was your live announcement? What was your announcement? Tell me again.
I've said it a few times to everybody, but I've lost a lot of people. So maybe then I've gained more people since then. So not everybody has heard it.
Okay.
I've been talking with the manager, the head ranger over at Neshaminy State Park. And in my last video, I had talked about how great it would be if I could somehow have them let me help restore this garden to look the way it used to.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
I got the okay.
Really?
So, yes, I did. So I get to work with the groundskeeper because he already wanted to do that. He already had plans to do that. He just didn't have time and help because they don't have any volunteers there, which is weird for a state park. But so they okayed. The head ranger said, you know, that she's perfectly fine with it. She said there's no budget for anything. She said for flowers and stuff. I said, well, the flowers may not even happen this year, depending on how long it takes to dig up all the paths and everything, because we have to do it gingerly. Otherwise, the bricks are going to break. I mean, they're from like 1920 something, you know, so they're old and brittle. But I said, but I could definitely raise money for that. I said I could do a GoFundMe. She said, well, we do have an account set aside for the funding for that. We just don't have any money in it. I said, I see. I said, so, well, we could connect that to a GoFundMe thing. I said, or we could just have a link that goes directly to the account where people can like donate money electronically or through a physical check and mail it in or whatever. I said, we got plenty of time for that. My main goal is to get the chessboard and all of the paths dug up, rip out all the weeds, get rid of any trees that they don't want there, and dig out the entire raised bed garden of all the dirt that's in there. And I can't even imagine what's in that dirt because that's the same dirt that was in there from like the 1930s, 1940s. So there could be gold coins in there. I don't know.
You could also just really get to the basic level and say, hey, this is the date I'm going out there. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to dig up this area to uncover it. Please, any volunteers that want to, you know, if you have nothing to do, come on out. I used to do that with cemeteries that I would help restore. I would just put it out there on Facebook like, hey, I'm restoring the cemetery at this time. I'll be in this section. Please come out. And
I would have to do it way ahead of time, though, because with the state parks, you actually have to register on their website to be a volunteer. And then they have to like run a background check kind of on you just to make sure you're not like some criminal or whatever.
Well, but, you know, no big deal. Do it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I've lucky. I don't know if it's lucky or if it's just part of what happened because my son being involved with the grade school and the high school and class trips, I've had to go through that. I've had to get clearance with background checks. So if any parents out there that have gone through like their children being in high school and having to go on background trips, and you volunteering to be a chaperone, you usually have what qualifies you to go on these park endeavors. So,
right. But that only lasts for so long, and it's got to be done.
Yeah, it's usually a year. Yeah.
So I had a job where I had to do that once, where I was working at a school for like 2 days.
But definitely, I mean, do it. I mean, what's the harm? No. You know, you get certified in something, not certified, but you get cleared to do certain work, and it opens up a whole bunch of volunteer work that you can do.
I could also have people like donate actual flowers too when the time comes. The only stipulation that they have is that they have to be native to the area, because I guess they don't want to upset the ecosystem or whatever.
Right.
So I don't see why that would be a problem in the raised bed, because it's not actually connected to the soil. But you know, it's their rules, and I'm not gonna push them on it, as long as we can make it look nice.
The more you talk to them, and the more you get a better understanding of the rules and what has to be done. I mean, you can organize events and have it far enough in advance that people can volunteer and come out and be organized. I mean, this would really be a cool thing. I mean, I would love to take part in this.
Cool. I'll let you know when we get everything going.
Yeah. If I'm free, I'm there.
If you're free, it's a key phrase. I mean, you're wearing too many damn hats now as it is.
Dude, so like I said, this is my third podcast for tonight, and I've been running around trying to do research for each one, and it's my God, I never stop. But I love doing stuff like this. So if you need help and I'm available, I will totally volunteer.
Awesome.
I'll be there for you.
And I'm still willing to help with your museum thing too.
Awesome.
That's not a problem at all. Now you notice, now that you're in the StreamYard, the only comments you're seeing are YouTube.
Yes, I do.
Where's my Facebook ones?
So did you actually pick Facebook to stream to?
Yeah, they're up there right now. That's the thing.
Yeah. So I don't see, like, I'm looking through the comments. The only comments I see are from YouTube. So maybe either no one's commenting on Facebook.
Oh, they are. I mean, you were in it. You were commenting on it.
Let me see. Let me go to your page, Tom.
And I stupidly streamed it to my main page and not my Tom's World page. But
there you go.
But
Tom Alley. So I'm on your page,
right? And people are
live now. So yeah, you're live now to there. So I don't know what. Oh, you know what? Did you go in and correct your settings? Because with private pages, this is what I found when I started using Livestream. With private pages, you had to go into your settings, into your private page, and allow it to stream live stream. It's not like a Facebook page for like Tom's World.
Yeah, which is what I meant to do.
Yeah, like I usually stream to I Am Kenny Biddle, and that's a more of a business page. You don't have to give it permissions. But for a personal page, you actually have to go into your personal page and give it permission to allow this stream to take effect.
And I guess that won't work now that it's already going. Like I couldn't change the setting now; it just automatically appeared.
Right. So it's streaming. Right. It is going there, but it won't pull in the comments until you actually fix that setting.
So it would start working live right now if I went into that?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I meant. Yeah.
It'll start with the next stream.
Right. Okay.
But I had to do that. I don't actually stream to my personal page when I do it, but when I started doing it, when I actually bought the subscription, I was streaming to I Am Kenny Biddle, and I was streaming to my private Kenny Biddle page.
Right.
And it would come up with that warning saying you can't post comments to personal pages. And I went into it, I did a search, and I was like, oh shit, there's a setting. And I went in, it took like 5 minutes to fix it, but you have to do it. Yeah. So that's cool. Probably what you have to do.
Yeah. If only I would have had it like streaming on my Tom's World page, that wouldn't be an issue, and I'd be seeing them right now.
Right. Yeah. Public pages, not an issue.
Yeah.
Personal
And,
pages are.
and I'm also streaming it to my YouTube page as well. So this is going to be a video on my YouTube page. So you're forever in a video
Yeah.
on my YouTube page. Because I'm going to keep
Damn
it up
right
there because I want people to see the announcements and everything. Because I have gotten quite a few views, a lot more views on those videos than I have subscribers. So anybody watching this that's not subscribed and you're watching it on YouTube, subscribe.
Right.
It's free. It doesn't take up space on your computer. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just
and
subscribe.
the good thing about subscribing on YouTube is that it doesn't mean you have to watch the videos. You can just subscribe, and it's just like, okay, you get a little bit more prevalence in the recommended videos that come up, but it doesn't mean you have to watch the videos. Just subscribe. So there you go. Subscribe.
Just
K&D Adventures - Kenny and Donna. Free plug.
That's right. I was actually talking about that earlier.
I love how the Tom's World logo is like right here. That's awesome. It's like right. I can grab it and be like, "What's up?"
Wouldn't it be so funny if I could move it while you were doing that, and make it look like you
that would be cool.
And just pass it over to me and be like, "All right, now we'll just put that right over here."
So what's your next adventure? Where are you going next? Do you have anything planned?
I don't really have a new location yet per se. I have ideas, but I have to look into what's going to be involved with that, with my time and not being here and stuff like that. I've gotten a couple of suggestions, and I'm just now noticing I've missed like a crap ton of comments. But, oh well.
Yeah. Well, you know what, dude? I'll tell you. I mean, don't feel bad. I do the same thing. I run the podcast I do on Friday nights, and I run every third Saturday. I run the podcast we do on Saturdays. So I do Skeptical Help Bar. I'm totally gonna fucking plug my shows.
Go ahead.
Skeptical Help Bar on Friday nights. I do myself. So trying to keep up with the comments and address each comment is very difficult. I get it. I totally understand it. And then on Saturdays, I do 3 Tortured Souls podcast with Tim Vickers and Dave Schumacher, and we take turns. That's the good part. The 3 of us actually take turns hosting, so I don't have to host every night. It's every third night that I host, and I have to worry about the comments. But yeah, I mean, you can get, if you have a guest on, it's very easy to get caught up in the guest and talking in the conversation and forget that there are live comments on the side.
I noticed that when you had what's her name on your show,
Bianca.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was difficult because we were getting into good conversations, and granted, we were answering some of the questions that were being posted in the comments, but I wasn't paying attention completely to the comments, and she was too. So it's nice when you have a guest that's pays attention, because like you can see the comments, I can see the comments too. So we can both bring it to our attention. Like, oh shit, Bob is in there. Bob's posting comments that are really cool. We should post them up and talk about them. Right. You know, so it's nice that when you have a guest that's paying attention. There you go. Oh, Bob. Bob, I love. Bob is a good guy. I trained with Bob. We did martial arts together. I'm pretty sure we fought each other. We beat the shit out of each other. So really good. We have a good connection.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, he has a lot to learn from us. He runs his school social media and YouTube pages. You know what? I mean, I don't know about you, but my perspective is that I learn as I go.
Yeah.
And like this whole live stream thing, StreamYard, doing this platform, had no idea what I was doing when I started.
I didn't even know how. Like I knew that in StreamYard I could stream to both Facebook and YouTube, but I didn't know what the protocols were for like scheduling it ahead of time.
Right.
And I thought maybe you had to schedule it in YouTube, and somehow it just knew that it was scheduled and synced up. I had to call Teddy. I was like, dude, all right, I'm really confused right now. How the hell? I know you schedule things. I said, how do you do it? He said, you do it through StreamYard. Yeah. You schedule it in StreamYard, and you got all the elements you need right there. I mean, you're not going to be able to put tags and stuff in your YouTube video. You could do that afterwards, I guess.
Right.
But
You can edit afterwards. Teddy's a great resource. I mean, Teddy is good for those of you that don't know. Teddy is the guy that runs WLFE-DB radio network, and like I stream to that radio network. But he's a great resource. He's done a lot, and we go back and forth because he doesn't know everything. I know a few tricks he doesn't, but he knows a few tricks I don't. And likewise, Tom, you know a few tricks that I don't, and it's great that we all talk and share.
Yeah,
because I
makes
don't know
everything
everything.
easy.
I haven't tried the scheduling thing yet because I'm always worried. Like, what if I schedule for Friday night at 8:30 and I don't get home till like 8:36? What happens? Like, I'm always freaking out. Like, oh shit, is there like 6 minutes of dead air? What's going on?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Fred Bickle. I was not seeing the comments. We actually just talked about that. I apologize.
But that's good. I mean, what's good is
I got you, Fred. I got you.
If you can have multiple screens up, like that's what I usually do. Like
Yeah.
I have a screen right in front of me here where you are, and I can talk to you, and I have a screen over here, and I have a screen over here. So I usually have all social media platforms up. So
I have my low quality screen on underneath the camera, and I have my higher quality screen over
There you
here.
go. There you go.
So it's like my feed, like I have the feed playing on the Facebook, which is obviously behind the live feed. But the way we look on camera there looks totally different from the way we look on camera here. Here we look kind of squished. But in that one we look normal.
It's like I see us as like you're half the screen, I'm the
Yep.
other half. And I don't see it on, I'm not looking, I don't have the Facebook feed going, but I see the comments. But I mean, yeah, it's good enough that we can interact and have a conversation.
Yep.
So
I'll show you. No, you're not gonna be able to see me on it.
oh my goodness,
But
there
like
you are.
here, you're kind of a little squished.
Woo, squishy.
But over
squishy.
here, you don't look that squished.
See, that's
It's
how
so-
I see it. Yes.
But this is just an old monitor I have here. This is all my son's setup.
It's
And,
still good though. It's still good. I mean,
Yeah, it works.
do a good job.
I'm seeing a playback now of me squishing you.
But it's always good. We have a good time. I love going out on the adventures. We've had a good time.
Oh yeah,
when we've gotten together.
I was saying all that earlier. Like I talked about when I couldn't remember what the hell the name of the place in Jersey was for a while, but Bob helped out. He's like Hackensack. I'm like, how the hell can I forget that name?
Hackensack. Yeah.
But I said, we had a good time there. We had a good time when we were at the abandoned prison farm.
Yeah.
I said it was always fun.
And there's more places. I mean, we did like a spike where we did like things every weekend, and then I know we kind of calmed off because there was other stuff we had to address, other issues we had to attend to. But we're gonna get back into it, and we have other things planned. We have a whole list. We have a whole list of places we want to get to. We still have to do the Dinosaur Lake with our floats.
Oh no!
Yes,
you gave it away.
No, we've already talked about it, bitch.
Not on streams.
Yes, we're gonna do it.
I know we are, but we didn't
Something
talk about
for
it live.
people to look forward to. Oh my God, we have such shenanigans planned. Don't worry.
And I think you guys should definitely come check out the Neshaminy State Park. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. You know what? And even though my wife says like "fuck no," because she, the clip with the whole jumping spider things. No.
Well, you don't have to. She don't have to. We can't go down there anyway, so it's not like they're going to come out and get her.
Why not?
Because the holes are too small. Right now.
Well,
for now,
the holes might get bigger.
They might. Especially in the wintertime, they might get bigger.
They might get bigger. So if they get bigger, certainly they will get big enough that we can fit through.
I definitely want to get down there.
Yes, explore those tunnels. Absolutely. And there's plenty of other places to explore too. I mean, the world is slowly starting to open up,
Little by
and
little.
hopefully, if the the second wave doesn't wipe us out completely, we will be adventuring much more. So,
Oh, why didn't I put up the? Oh, there it goes. Okay, that's the link to your YouTube.
oh, that's cool. Thank you.
And
Yeah,
I will
subscribe, bitches.
I will put it also
Get us
in
up to
the
100.
YouTube comments as well.
We're trying to get to 100. Like I said, we
There's-
slacked off for a little bit because we had other responsibilities that we had to take care of. But we're getting back into it, and we have more equipment. I mean, we ordered stuff from Wish of all places.
Yeah, I'm never doing that again. I got one thing from there.
God, I love that. I love that site.
I got a similar thing that you were talking about. The thing that's a selfie stick and a tripod, and it's got like the little thing you can pull off. I thought it was going to be tall. It's only like 3 feet tall. I went, what the hell is this?
It's good though. You don't need to be that far away.
But
if
like,
you're
if I'm
going to film yourself, you want to be in frame.
Right, but I mean, if I wanted to be hands-free and just have a regular size tripod where I could do my intros and outros or whatever without actually having to hold it or hold a selfie stick or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought from the picture that I saw, I thought it was that big because it looked like it extended, and they didn't give any dimensions on how much it extended.
I was on the other side of that where I was like, all right, this doesn't look that long, but it's perfect for carrying around.
Yeah. It folds up pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, we can find places to mount that on. I mean, the good thing about that is that not only does it have 3 legs that come out, but it has a center weight.
Yeah.
It has a center stand for it to stabilize it, which is great. I mean, you can put it on rocks or bricks or whatever and still get, a decent shot. So I've used it a couple times already. I do like it.
I haven't taken it out yet.
Yeah. And I have a new microphone with a little like tribble thing on it. For the Star Trek fans on it, it's like a tribble that goes around the microphone, but it's
with tribbles.
Yeah. It definitely helps. And it really makes for better video. I mean, we're improving, and the videos that we both put out separately and together are going to just improve. So keep watching. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I mean, mine get a little better each time with my camera presence and with my talking. I haven't had a problem with that really since the very begining.
Yeah. And you're really good with the history. You really are good with the history. You really do a good. I got to give you, proper props. I give you props because your history is really spot on. You really do your due diligence and get all the facts and bring it bring it up to the public, which is great because some of the places that we've gone to that have followed your videos, I reference your videos a lot because you did the history. So, I mean, there's no reason for me to repeat it. Like, oh, hey, go visit Tom's video. You'll get the whole history instead of me just fucking it up.
Right. So, no, I've referenced yours quite a bit. I mean, in my interview with Teddy, your name came up a lot, your channel and all that. Even when I was doing this, I saw a lot of people talking, or a lot of people that I was talking to, your name had come up. But I mean, of course, with like Bob, it's bound to, because that's the connecting force right there. And him and I have not met in person yet, so
great guy, great guy.
And D really, really, really wants me to get this helmet. So that's going to be another video.
What are you going to do?
D really, really wants me to get the Selma. So I said, well, I said, I'm definitely going to come up for the one day anyway, for the events that they're having in September, because I mean, I love hanging out with you and Donna, and I don't know if she's going to be there or not, but I would love to finally meet Taryn in person and seeing my cousin again and all that. Like, I love that, but I may try to get up there beforehand just to do like a personal walkthrough of the place.
It's a cool
Nice.
place. I've had the opportunity to go through there, like way back a couple years ago. I had the opportunity to have the whole place to myself. Like literally,
And
I
you
was
made
in
a
there
video and you
alone.
had your kid with you.
Yes,
I
yeah,
remember that.
and that was fun. And then I've been there a couple times since then. I will be there. I think September like 19th. I think that's the date. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. September 19th and 20th. I think is their like history through the what is it? Preserving history through the paranormal. That's
Right.
that's their event. So I'll be there for that. And I contacted oh shit. I did contact them, told them I wanted a booth, so I will be set up at least Saturday. I'm not sure about Sunday, but I'll be there Saturday.
Dee said we should both come do something.
We should, dude. We should do like a video, both of us together,
Yeah,
and just walk through it and just talk about the history.
we also
We'll
still have to
Dee.
do. We also still have to do the weekend thing there that we talked about. With
Yeah.
like you, me, Taryn, like everybody, like have us all have one drunken night there, one investigation night.
Oh my god, that'll be so much fun. You
I
guys
think it
will
would be.
oh my god, what's that noise? And I'll be in the corner going, it's fucking nothing. It's a goddamn fucking squirrel.
It'd be like, what's that noise? And just,
Get out.
I farted.
That'll
Sorry.
be fun shit. And it'll be fun.
Waiting around corners in the dark, waiting for people to come and go.
Yeah,
Just have.
it is a fun place to go. Like, admittedly, like I went there. I think the last event that I went to was more of a psychic fair, which, I mean,
Which
a
she's asking about
psychic
right
fair and a skeptic really don't mix. But
Right.
we had a great time. We had fun.
Dee is asking about that right now. She says, "What about the psychic fair, Kenny?"
I don't know. I know I'm going to be there for the history event. I'm not sure about the psychic fair because I'm seeing what my schedule is. But you know, too much skepticism might be overwhelming for some people.
But not for Kenny Biddle.
Not for me. But I don't want to. I don't want to impose. You know, and piss people off. So,
Since when does that worry you?
well, you know, I do consider other people's feelings.
Sometimes.
You know, once in a while, but you know, once in a while, not all the time.
Sometimes.
Especially if there's Zach Baggins, then I don't fucking care.
oh man, I'm possessed.
But, oh my goodness! But we have a list of things. We have a copybook where we've kept tabs on like different places we want to go and explore. So I think we have like 80 places listed that we want to visit. So yeah, anytime we're ready to go, we'll let you know. And if you're available, come on out.
The more ahead of time, the better.
Yeah. Oh, obviously. Yeah. I mean, same with us. It's like sometimes it's weird. Like with these adventures, it's like sometimes you can call up and say, "Hey, we're leaving in like 10 minutes. Can you go?" And sometimes it's like, "Yeah, I'm right there." Other times, no. And then likewise, it's like, "Hey, in 2 weeks, we're planning on going out to this place. Can you go?" Yes. You know, it definitely as soon as we know we're going, we will let you know. Never Kenny. I don't know.
That was when you were talking about like imposing and
oh,
stuff
okay.
Like that.
Hey,
I'm looking at that and I'm like, who the hell is Zowie's Cat Adventures?
Who's Zowie's Cat Adventures? But I appreciate it. I really do, because sometimes I do
annoy Sharon people, Phillips,
and other times I don't annoy people. So, I mean, hey, you know what? When it comes down to it, if I'm okay with it, that's all that matters.
That's right.
So
no, it was Sharon Phillips.
Oh, Sharon's good.
She was talking earlier when I was saying that another thing I'd like to try to do is like filming locations and stuff like that. And I said maybe even do like, you know, prop type things, go to places where they have actual movie props. And she's telling me she's got actual props from the Blob.
That's cool.
I
you
said,
can go up to the theater. That's one of the places on our
Yeah.
list. The theater that was used in the Blob movie, the original
It was like filmed in a few different places, and
Yeah.
they're all relatively close to each other. And I think she doesn't live far from there, so
Would love to go there.
so it could be like a whole day. Go to visit all the places, and then stop at her house, see the props. That'd be a cool video.
That would be really cool.
She said, "I'm welcome anytime." So.
Oh, cool! Very cool. Very cool. All right, man. I'm gonna bail on you.
Cool. I'm gonna be ending this soon anyway. It's been an hour and a half already, and
shit, yeah.
That's a long YouTube video.
That's a long live video. I am sufficiently intoxicated. I need to get something to eat so I can relax and chill.
Need to get more intoxicated because I only brought one beer up with me. So for an hour and a half, for like an hour, I nursed this beer. For the last half hour, I've been looking at the empty bottle. So
that's why I have. Well, you can't see it. It's over here. The Han Solo and Carbonite refrigerator, where I keep beer.
That. I need something like that.
Yes. All right, my friend. Take it easy. Thanks for letting me come on and talking for a little bit. Appreciate it. And you have a good night.
You too, man. I'll talk to you later.
Never stop learning.
Had to get that last little Kenny Biddle line in there. So anyway, I apologize to everybody for not ignoring, but lack of paying attention to the comments. I'm scrolling back now. I see that Tom Gertner was here, and he said he shared me. I don't know if you're still here, Tommy. If you are, thanks for sharing me. I appreciate it. Make sure when there's a comment on your share so that they know how to get to my YouTube channel. I'm hoping that you have been watching my YouTube channel. I haven't really heard from you in forever, but if you haven't, it's youtube.com/thisistomsworld. All one word, no punctuation. This is Tom's World. Let's see. Going through, talking about clearances. Dee said hi to Tommy. Fred Bickle said comment check. I am so sorry, Fred, if you're still watching. But I understand why things got hindered. I do. And I kind of figured that. So that's why I didn't press it too much. I see that Maureen's sister Chrissy was here. I don't know if she still is. Hi to you. Michael Marin is here. / if you're still here. Hello. And talking about Selma, the psychic fair. That squirrel is mean. I thought it was epic. Great show tonight. Awesome. So now I'm all caught up. For the 2 people still watching on Facebook and the 2 people watching on YouTube. So I have 4 people watching me now. But you know what? I think an hour and a half, actually an hour and 33 minutes and 19 seconds, I think that's long enough. I don't need to keep going because I do need another beer. And it is getting close to time to do Dad's insulin. So I am going to end this. And this was great for my first official YouTube live. It went a bit longer than I thought. I only expected to go about a half hour, but I overshot that by just a little bit. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. For anybody watching this, thank you for watching it. If you made it through the whole video, awesome. I appreciate it. And I was like way down on the screen there. So anyway, yeah, thank you. Love you too, cuz. And again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. It only helps me. It doesn't hurt you at all. It doesn't take up any extra space on your computer. Yeah, you'll get notifications when I post a video, but it's not like I'm rapid fire posting videos every day, and you don't even have to watch it. You get the notification, you look at it, and it goes away. No big deal. But make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you're notified when I do, in case you are interested. And make sure you like every video you can of mine. It can only help me. And yeah, I guess that's it. So I guess I will end the video the same way that, or the feed, I should say. I'll end the feed the same way that I end my videos, which is just make sure everybody stays healthy, stays safe, and take care. Thank you.